Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to deep dive into this man, Caleb Farley. So this is another episode of the Tennessee Titans Breakdown, with this episode being predominantly based on Caleb Farley. So, and what really made me want to do this episode was our drafting of Sticky Roger McCreary. So, in my opinion, that was a really big get for us. Very good, needed, because with Farley, the upside's massive. It's much towards the air of MALIK WILLIS. His upside is massive. How will he actually pan out? We don't know. That's why a lot of people... Malik's looking very good in training camp. And Farley looked very good in training camp. But Farley had an injury year one. I'm very excited to see how he plays year two. But his problem's going to be, in my opinion, Roger's going to be the number one corner on this team, if not number two, because of Fulton. I think Fulton's very good. I just think Roger may, in the next couple of years, be a top 5, top 10 corner in the league. That's how good I think he was at Auburn. He was the best cornerback, in my opinion, all of last year. He faced the most competition and did the best at it. And I don't know, when looking at this depth chart right here, I don't know where our holes are at corner, because Farley and Fulton are the starting two right now that are listed. Elijah's can play a hybrid safety corner role. I would be 100% fine with that. But you've got to understand, we can only put so many defensive players on the field. And these linebackers are going to play. Corners, linebackers, defensive ends, they're going to play. We can only put so many secondary players on the field. Fulton, Amani, Byard. Those three are guarantees. In my opinion, those three are guarantees. Elijah, I think, did very good last year to earn his role. Roger McCreary was a second-round pick who played incredibly at Auburn. Farley is probably one of the biggest steals we've had in the draft in years, besides MALIK WILLIS. In my opinion, Theo Jackson is playing very well right now for the Titans. And a lot of people like to overlook this, but Chris Jackson has played very well to be a 6th-round pick out of Marshall. So overall, I don't know where Farley's going to be able to fit his role in here. But either way, I think we're going to have a very good rotational role at corner. Because, say, you can only keep so many people on the roster, and that's what I've also got to knock it down to. So, I would be totally happy having Farley, Fulton, McCreary, Molden, and maybe Jackson and Screen. Maybe having those be our 6 corners. I'd be totally happy with that. Keep Theo Jackson, because I think Theo has very much impressed in preseason so far. In my opinion, from what I've heard, I think he's impressed so far. I'm very interested on how he plays going forward, though. But I'm going to be very interested to see how he does. Being a 6th-round pick out of Tennessee, I think it's very impressive how he's done so far in preseason. I mean, in training camp. I mean, in rookie minicamp. As far as this goes, see, we're going to look at Elijah right now. Because this is basically going to be a big pairing of guys. I know this is dominated purely on Caleb Farley, but we're going to look into all of them here. Molden played very good. I know his statistics doesn't show, but he was very good, in my opinion, in the season. He had 62 total tackles as a rookie. He had a touchdown that was basically handed to him by Carson Wentz. So I don't know if you could wholly count that, but he played very good for Tennessee. He had the, if I'm right, the interception was against the Colts. So, but either way, I do think there's going to be, our secondary might be one of the best secondaries in the league in the next couple of years. We have so many young players that can make statements, and we have probably the best safety duo, or at least top 3 safety duo in the entire NFL, because I do believe, and I'm going to look this up just for giggles. Byard and Hooker ranking. The highest duo. This is what I'm talking about. The Titans had several concerns in this 2020 season. This is the high. I do think that the Titans can absolutely see, according to Pro Football Focus, both Byard and Hooker are ranking the top 5 in coverage grades for among safeties, with Byard at 2 and Amani at 5. That's what I think you've got to look at right there. Amani played very good for what he's done for this team. And I think that's a look inside to what we can look at. Because Amani was a 3rd-round pick a couple of years ago out of Iowa, I believe. And he's made a real rise to play how he's played. The tackles aren't there. The interceptions weren't really there of how they've been in previous years either. But that's, in my opinion, like if we go here and we look at seasons, there was a season, I believe, where he had 4 picks last year, which I believe led the team. But he's played very well for us. And I'm excited to see how the secondary looks next year. In my opinion, I think it's one of the biggest advantages we have on this defense going forward. Our defense is probably the strength of this team now. With the trading of A.J. Brown, our defense is now, in my 100% opinion, the strength of the team. And I even think with A.J. Brown, this is still the strength of the squad. But I'm going to be excited, see how this team goes. This has been your boy Cass, and I am out. Bye, guys.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need